remember exactly what I did tonight. Only that everything has gone too far.
In these claw marks, the forest reads the story of nights when his darkest self tore into its own kind.
I'm afraid of what I become when they're near.
They chose me as the monster in their stories, so I gave them something to fear.
Before that night, he lived in a world where animals ruled themselves, and the biggest danger he knew was the storm inside his own mind. By day, he almost looks like any other curious creature in this forest, just another life moving through the light. But the forest's mirror never shows just oneself looking back at him. They move in herds and think they're safe together, but every herd has a weak circle. This is his society. Prey and predator, herd and lone hunter, all existing under rules older than any spoken language.
They pretend not to see me, and I pretend I don't want to step into their circle.
They sleep at night, believing danger comes from outside their world. They never imagine it could wake inside one of their own.
I walk above them as both protector and nightmare, and I don't know which part of me will wake tomorrow.
On the ground, his path crosses over theirs again and again, sometimes as hunter, sometimes as something even he cannot name.
In this world of fur, feather, and claw, his fractured mind is as dangerous as anything. Out there they hunt a body. In here.
Somewhere under the branches.
We can walk away from it all. This forest already chose your role. All that's left is to play it. The forest wakes to a place where something terrible happened, but no one can agree on what. There is enough here for the forest to spin a legend, and it begins with marks no one claims.
In a world without words, fear spreads through posture and sound, and everyone agrees this patch of earth is no longer neutral ground.
I don't remember every second, but all of them are sure it was me.
Clean it off, clean it off, clean it off. Water can't wash the story they'll tell about you.
Inside him, there isn't one culprit to point at, only a crowded room of selves, none willing to take the blame alone. When something tears the balance, the forest calls a gathering, not to speak, but to remember, and to decide who must be hunted. They do not know the name of what did this, but they know its scent, and for the first time, that scent.
Look, they made a whole ceremony just for you. I never wanted any of this. If they're hunting you now, you'd better become something worth fearing. If I scratch it onto the wood, maybe it can live there instead of in my head.
He remembers pieces of that night as if it were a storm he watched from inside someone else's body.
You wanted to feel in control, remember? Stop! Stop! Stop!
In a forest without walls or prisons, their only sentence is exile or death, and tonight they march to deliver both if they can.
They'll tear us apart if they find us.
We are still the most dangerous thing in these trees.
If we don't choose who leads us now, the forest will decide for us!
In the language of scent, his name is written clearly, and every hunter in the forest can read it.
If they want the monster, I'll walk somewhere even their stories are afraid to follow.
One path leads back to the world that fears him, the other to places even the bravest packs avoid, where legends go to be forgotten.
If I'm going to be a story they tell in whispers, then I'll go where only whispers can reach me.
The forest does not chase him here. It simply watches as he walks into a part of its memory reserved for ghosts and rumors.
Out here, they can blame the monster in their stories, and I can start facing the one that lives under my own skin.
The forest heals the surface of its wounds, but it does not forget the shape that cut them, and somewhere in its darkest corridors,